Your dream life only remains a dream if you keep it that. If you keep it in your head, if you keep it in your visual and never do the practical steps necessary to bring it to real life, it only remains a dream. It's good to have dreams of a better life, a better living, to help not to lose hope, to help not to lose focus, to help not to lose belief that this situation would change. Because without the dream, without believing what could be, our hope tends to be lost. So it's really good to have the dream and hold on to the dream, but not to have a plan or actively putting in the work consistently. The dream will only remain a dream. Yesterday I talked about goals and how to the mindset, how to activate planning for your future. I've been led to speak about the dream only remains a dream if we keep it that. God give all of us a vision. I never really had dreams of anything pertaining to like a dream future-wise. I think over the years, I think I maybe had like maybe 3. So all that God gives me comes in the form of visions and ideas. But I would argue they're all the same because it's pertaining to the future. The brainstorming part comes with what we seeing in the future and taking notes what that future looks like, what that dream looks like. The brainstorming, it helps to break the vision down or the dream down piece by piece in a form of information. When we have these dreams, are we writing it down? I'm feeling evicted right now because yes, I have visions when it comes down to whether it's businesses, things that has to do with the mission that he created me for, and just different aspects of my life in terms of the work that he has created me to do. But I don't always write it down right then and there. Majority of the time I do. I don't revisit them as I should, but as I'm working on whatever it is that I'm working on pertaining to the vision or the instructions he gives me, I'm always, I'm always having to look at what I've written down. And that helped me stay in contact with not just the work that I'm doing or creating or building, but the one who has given me the dream and the vision. Like, it helps me stay connected to God. I must admit, even when I'm not really locked in on like the relationship like I should. Like, don't get me wrong, like I talk to him every day. I'm I try to make sure that I'm in his presence on a day-to-day, but there are certain areas when it comes down to my relationship with him that I'm not as effective. So time to get right. But it's the dream, realizing the dream, bringing that dream to life. The dream only remains a dream if we keep that. What does your dream look like? And the most important part about the dream is, what I always say, believe. Because life is going to happen. People are not going to believe in you. People are going to not support you. People is going to say it's not possible. People are going to look at you like you crazy. People are going to tell you, I don't want to hear that. People are just going to be like, nah, I ain't on that. Like, I don't want to hear that. People are going to look at you like, people just not going to see that it's possible. And unfortunately, it's the people that's close to us that has the most influence over us. And when they give us any pushback or even start asking questions, they could be asking questions to get an understanding or get a visual of what you're talking about. But because the questions that they're asking you, it seems like they're challenging you or they're doubting you, and you start to believe that it's not possible. So you quit on the pursuit of making the dream real life. Hold on. In other words, you quit on your future. And I'm speaking to that because I've done it before. I've done that a number of times over the years. I've just reached a point in my life now that I'm very optimistic. Like, I believe that it's all possible. Even like the craziest vision that God has given me, I just believe it's possible. So therefore, I believe there is not anyone can tell me anything that's going to make me doubt. Because I believe God has given it to me. God has shown me it. As long as I am obedient in my relationship with him and doing what he instructed me to do on a day-to-day, even if it has nothing to do with bringing the vision or the dream or the works that he created me to do, like, I just believe by his orchestration in and through me. Glory to Jesus Christ. That's what I believe. It took a long time to get here in terms of my belief. Because I've had people to cause me to question. Cause me to have doubt. So I stopped pursuing because my belief wasn't strong enough. People that's close to me, they didn't mean any harm. They just, they just didn't believe that it was possible. They just didn't, like, that's too good to be true, or nah, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that I encountered that early on because it helped me believe that it's possible. It helped me know that it's possible. So any vision that God gives me, dream that God gives me, instruction that God gives me based on like what He have shown me, I believe. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm being obedient to do everything He instructed me to do in terms of relationship, and also the works that He created me to do that's pertaining to the vision, the mission, and the purpose and the calling and everything. You know what I mean? So yes, the dream will only remain a dream if you keep it that, but you have to have a significant level of belief. You have to have faith, because you can't see it yet other than what you've seen in your dream or what you visualize. You can't physically see it, and you have to faith it through until you have to faith it through to it's manifested into the physical. Because the only evidence that you have that is possible, or it can be, is what God has shown you, what God has revealed to you. That's the only proof and evidence that it is to be. So it's like you have to have a high level of belief and a high level of art. You have to have a significant level of belief and a significant level of faith. And the trusting part, like you have to trust that, this is God's will and this is what He wants me to do. You have to trust that it's possible in the seasons where it don't just really seem like it's going to be. In the seasons where it's really hard, where you're being tested, when you're being broken down, when you feel stretched, when you feel challenged, when you feel uncomfortable, when it just don't feel right, when it just don't seem like this is what it is. You just have to trust in the process. So when we talk about belief and trust, it's just centered around faith. But you have to believe enough to get started. You have to trust enough to keep going. You have to have enough faith to finish to the completion. It could be 3 weeks from now. It could be 3 months. It could be 3 years from now for you to finally bring this thing to life. But do you feel that it's worth it? Even in those difficult times. And oftentimes that's when we kind of give up, because we don't like the uncomfortable feeling that we have when it comes down to doing something we've never done, being outside of our comfort zone of what we feel is where we should be, and that's just the absolute opposite of what or where God needs us to be, period. Because if you think about faith in itself, like that's, you think about faith, that's doing something that you've never done before and not sure that it's going to work. That within itself sounds like an uncomfortable space to be in. Anything uncomfortable can't be in your comfort zone, you know what I mean? Like, so are we gonna be cool with being comfortable? Like, you look at your life over the years you've been in the comfort zone, how have that helped you other than your sanity? It helped you to cope, it helped you be good, but at the same time, it really didn't. Especially if you feel like there's more, especially if you feel like there's better, because you're gonna be like, man, I can't, like, this has to change. So the cost of being comfortable, where like I'm good, I'm at peace, I have a significant level of sanity where I am because it's comfortable and familiar, but it is at the same time it is costing you your sanity, because you know it's more, you believe it's better, like in your heart. So it's like, how much longer are we going to pay that cost or pay that price? So when you think about faith, like what God wants us to do, what He has shown us, that we have to like literally act it out, bring it to life. Like that's being outside of what's familiar to you. But at least we know the cost and the price of that will be worth it. But that's according to, do you believe that? And when we're being tested, we start to doubt. We start to questioning what we once believed. And we just quit and start paying the price of our sanity with sanity. If that makes sense. I don't know how I just did that, but I don't think it makes sense. But you get the picture. My man say pay the cost of sanity with sanity. Okay. That's new. You feel me though? Like, it's just not. Have you ever been so uncomfortable where you are in your comfort zone to the point where it's like, man, something has to change? To a point where like it brings you to tears because it's like, man, this ain't it. Have you been so fed up with like you believe that you're trying and doing everything but nothing get better? Like nothing ever change? Have you been like so low and discouraged to the point where it's like, I refuse to give up, but it's like nothing is changing. So what am I working towards? What am I putting in work for? Like, is this really possible? Like, can this really be? Have you ever been so disappointed in yourself because you look back on your life, you had all the opportunities in the world to change your situation, to create a better future, but you chose to kick it instead. You chose to hang out instead. You chose to like invest all your time, energy, and focus on being entertained. Like, you chose to do all these things that felt good in a moment, but it served your future no purpose. To a point you feel like you too old for anything to change, anything to get better. You just feel like this is it for you. I'm just going to this is my life. In those moments, yes, it's easy to be discouraged, but in those moments, it birthed a beast in us. It birthed a warrior in us to a point where it's like, I refuse to continue to live like this. I refuse to continue to accept this. I refuse to continue to live like this. Something has to change. I see what I see in terms of my future. Like, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going after it, and I'm not going to stop until everything proves that it's not possible, and that's on my deathbed. That's a mindset change. And until we start tapping into that dream, that future, them goals, this will never change. So everything around us will never change for the better, that is, because it will continue to get worse. How many people you hear complain about how expensive everything is? You may be one of them. Yeah, it's true, everything is expensive, but how's it that we're the only one acknowledging and being affected by how expensive everything is? Not everybody is on some, oh, this is expensive, I can't afford this. You got people living a life like they don't even notice. They go to the gas station, get gas, they don't even notice how much the gas costs. They not even on that. Why? Because money is no issue. So what I'm saying is, it's not all about the money, but if we're not doing anything like acquiring a skill set or doing something in terms of that will increase our bank account, Like, we have to actively put in work to create that new. Like, we can't be passive and sit back and expect things to get better. No, we have to disrupt the current programming of our mind and our situation to impose our will that this will be better, and make sure that we're doing and putting in work to make it better, and not giving up until it get better. Like, that's what's going to create the change, not just sitting back in our comfort zone. It would never be so that, I believe it's going to get better. It's not going to get better if you're not putting in work to make it get better, to make it become better. It's not just going to happen. How long have you been sitting back believing it's going to happen and you ain't been putting in work for it? You might be like, man, I've been putting in work for it. Nothing still has happened or changed or better. Keep working at it. It's not over with yet. You may have to look at what you're doing, change some things around, get in your own lane, find out what that lane is, find out what it is that you was called and created to do, and hone in on that. What is that thing you love, your passions that you enjoy doing, that you would do for free? What is that thing that makes you feel complete? When you help people, what makes you feel good about how you help them? Let's zero in on that and lock in on that and start doing more of that. Not be like, this just not working. This just not possible. No, change that mindset. Like, that's weak. You feel me? And I'm speaking to it because I've done it. I refuse to believe anything different I refuse to believe anything different from what God showed me. Now you got to think, with what God has shown you, it's so big that it's like, this can't be possible. No, it is possible. You got to tap into something new that's inside of you. It's called faith. Go after it. Like, you ain't nothing that's changing in your life because you're not doing anything. At what point are you going to be like, you know what? 50, I'm going to get rich or die trying. And I ain't talking about the rich part. I'm going to bring this dream life to real life. My life. Or I'm going to die trying. Period. But the thing, the trip part about it is to bring this vision or this dream that God has given us, it requires some dying of us daily. Some bad habits, practices, environments, people. Like, we gotta die to ourselves daily. We have to deny ourselves daily the bad spending habits, the impulsive spending, the bad decisions based on who we choose to hang out with, the things that we choose to do. Like, we have to die to those things within ourselves, those things that make us choose the way we choose, decide the way we decide, move how we move. We have to die to those things daily. And until we start denying ourselves of certain things in our lives within inside of us, then it will never be, because it's those things that's keeping us. It's those things that's keeping those dreams a dream. But it's believing, are you willing to go the distance? Because it's going to require a lot out of you, but I promise you, it will be worth it. It will be much better than where you are now. It'll be much better in your situation now. But again, it's just according to what you believe. If you don't believe this, you're not going to go for it. If you have believed, not sure, you get started. When things get hard and things get rough, you're going to quit, because that's going to be all signs to you that it's not possible. That's blasphemy, you feel me? It is. Like, what are we telling ourselves? And again, I'm qualified to speak to it because I've done it on a number of occasions. I just refuse to at this point. You have to get to a point where you refuse to it as well. A dream will only remain a dream if you keep it there. Bring that thing to real life. God didn't show you these things for just for entertainment purposes. No, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to bring you hope in the future. Jeremiah 29:14. That's a promise of his. And according to his word, it is impossible for God to lie. So whatever promise he have given you, it will come to pass, because it is impossible for him to lie. But faith without works is dead. It's time for you to put in the work. Stop quitting. Stop doubting. And go for it. I was led to speak to this. I pray that it reached who it needed to reach. Man, just believe and know that it's possible. And also know that it's going to require some you putting in work. But it's possible. You got to see it through. You can't tell me you so comfortable in your situation that you are unhappy in, to a point you're not willing to put in the work required to make some things happen. You can't tell me that. That's contradiction. Stop playing with it, man. We all deserve better. Even if things are great in our lives, we all deserve better. We all deserve to be better versions of ourselves. We all deserve a better way of living, period. We deserve a better situation, better relationships. We deserve better. What is that better, and what does that better look like to you? And that's what it's about. Stop rolling over every time things get hard. Hold on. Stop rolling over every time things get hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Who said it was supposed to be easy? The dream and the vision, that's the good part. Like, man, that's something to look forward to, but it's time to get down and dirty in these trenches. Like, you ever seen people building houses and buildings and apartments and stuff like that? Like, when they working on that, it look trash. Like, it does. It look like trash. But when it's finished, though, it's the process. The process is ugly. But when you make it to real life, the finished work of it, though, she gonna be like, man, this was worth it. You look back where you started from, everything that you've been through, like the way you grew up, like the living conditions, situations, environments, like everything. And then you go to distance, you look back at everything that you've been through to where you are now, acknowledging and knowing what it took for you to get there, the fights, the cries, the being discouraged, the lost, the unsure, but I'm going to keep going. Like I refuse to quit. Like the times you almost quit, you look back on that and like, man, it was worth it. I'm glad I didn't quit, because if I did, I would still be in that situation. I would still be in that relationship. I would still be living in those conditions. Like it, I was still. Now, still, speaking of still, how long are you going to continue to still give up? Continue to still stay there. Continue to still just settle. Man, bump that. Believe until you turn pink. I don't care what color you turn. I don't care who laugh at you. I don't care who doubt. I don't care who point. I don't care about any of that. You believe until you die. That means because you continue to believe, you continue to work at it. You continue on. You continue pressing. You continue until God says, well done. Those people that don't believe, get away from them. Like, they not helping you, get away from them. You're not better than them. You just choosing better for your life. And if they can't contribute in any way in terms of even if it's not saying nothing, like being honest, like, man, like that sounds like a hell of a dream, but you're gonna have to go for it. I ain't never seen it been done before, but I mean, if you believe, like, go for it. Like that's that. Even if they don't believe, they doubt, but they telling you to still go for it. That's what I'm talking about. But it's the people that continue to doubt, continue to question, continue to shoot your dreams and ideas down. Like, just don't share with them. Don't be mad at them. They just can't see it. Don't be mad at them when you make it happen. Don't hold it against them. They just didn't see it. But you just proved to yourself, and by it, you proving that was possible. They see that it's possible, and they just blown away. Glory to God. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, but just believe until the work is finished, and our work isn't finished until we die. God created us for much more. But if we don't believe that, no matter how bad or good our situation is, if we don't believe that, we're always going to quit. And what could have been will never be. The dream, it remains a dream. The vision, it remains a vision. The ideas remains an idea. It's our job to put in work to make it real life. Go make it real life. Where you are, even if this your best life. Best life. Apart from Christ, that's impossible. But even if you would argue this your best life. It's always better. But it's according to what you believe. Go make it happen. Like, you deserve it. It's worth it. Like, everything is going to take, it's going to be worth it. But it's according to what you believe. Start tapping into what you believe. Start seeing that it's possible. Start working at it to prove that it's possible. And that's on you. No, it's nobody else's responsibility. It's yours. Go make it be what it is. Go make it be what it's supposed to be. And that's how you will begin to, because you changed the mindset, that's how you will begin to make your dream more than just a dream. At some point, you will make it your reality. Just don't give up. It's going to be hard along the journey. Just make sure you do not give up. I struggle with procrastination. No, you don't. Procrastination is a choice. Either you choose to do it now or later. Start doing what you know what you're supposed to do now. So when the later come, you can start focusing on other things. You can start doing other things that's according to whatever it is that you're trying to bring to life. But if you always backed up and behind and stuff like that because you putting things off, it would never be. Like, start changing some things up in your life to where it works better for you, not against you. And oftentimes that means we have to do things that we don't necessarily feel like doing right now. It's good to it feel better to put it out, but you still have to do it anyway. Do it now. Go make it work. Go make it happen. You have all that it takes. God put everything in you to make it happen. Sure, you get education and learn skills and stuff like that along the way, but that's just to add to it. You have the ability of what it takes. Get going and believe to the end. It's your dream. It's your life. It's your future. You know what I'm saying? It's your better. It's your new. It's your change. Why not go all in for it? Why not? Believe to the end. Make it your reality. It's possible. If God's shown you, you're going to have to do it with him. But if he's shown you, then it's possible. Okay, God, let's go make this thing work. Show me what you want me to do, how you want me to do it. Like, lead me, show me, empower me. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. You feel me? No dream is too big for him. He created everything. If he showed you, it's possible. You just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. We only know certain parts of it, but that's where faith come in at. And obedience come in at. Allow him to show the way. And you will see. In the end, it was possible. But only by the one who said, I come to give life and give it more abundantly. But it's according to what you believe. And according to what you believe, it will determine if you're going to keep going. It's going to determine if you start. It's going to determine if you keep going. It's going to determine if you give up. And that will always check your belief system. I gotta go in her clock in, man. Go make it happen. For the two that's on here, start writing what does that dream look like? Because obviously you're still awake. What does the dream look like? What does that better life look like? And start writing that. Just start writing it out. Start writing it out. Start writing it out. Start writing it out. Start seeing what that looks like. And that's the first part of it. Seeing it and writing it out. And then, okay, based on where I am now, what steps is it going to take me to get there? Map that out. Go make it happen. I know it sounds simple, but it's more to it. But that's the basis of it. Go make it happen. I love you guys greatly. Until we meet again, it'll probably be later on. I don't know. I just try to do it whenever God put on my heart to, and maybe it'll be soon. Maybe it'll be in a couple hours. I don't know. You just go make it happen. You have a responsibility. It's yours. Go do it. Much love. Peace.